What is up, guys? Welcome back to Lumsden Motorsports Garage. I'm Wade Lumsden, and today we're going to continue on with our motor build. So let's get to work. Alright, so we got our crankshaft installed. It's still in a bag. And we got pistons all cleaned up and mostly ready to go. My dad is actually coming into town, and we're gonna work on putting some rings on some pistons and getting pistons installed today. So and probably after that we might even put a cam in. We'll see, but definitely going to be pistons and rings. So we'll kind of do a quick overview of putting rings on pistons and you know, installing those things, and orientation of your piston, and you know, all of that happy stuff. So we'll wait for the old man to get into town before we get started. I think I got to take him to lunch first. You know, it's a thing. You know, you got to feed your help, I guess. And then we'll get to work here. Alrighty, guys, we are back from lunch. Quiznos, are you happy with Quiznos?
I'm very happy.
Okay, this is my dad. In case you don't remember him from other videos, this is my dad, Chris. He is the ring master. He installs them by hand without the ring install tool and doesn't break them. I always break them. So he came in.
You just jinxed me.
Yeah, I just jinxed him. So he came in specifically to ring some pistons up for me, which is what's going on here. We'll go over that in a second. But one of the things that we like to check, we already shoved a piston down in the cylinder, make sure that the piston fit pretty good. But if you look down in here, we have a ring in here, and what we're doing is we're checking ring gap. So there's a little itty bitty gap right there where the ring comes together, and I think we checked it, and we're at 15 thousandths of an inch. Was that right? 15?
I think it's at 15. Yep.
Yeah, 15. So way to check your ring gap. I bought rings that specifically said they did not need to be filed, because I hate doing that, to be quite honest. So I'm not a fan. Are you a fan of filing rings?
No, and they're chrome moly rings, so I just like to check them.
Yeah.
Because chrome moly, I prefer just plain old cast rings because they seat quicker. Chrome moly rings on a race motor, you got to get them seated in. I just don't like them.
Yeah, fair enough. But that's all they had, so we went with the chrome moly rings.
Yeah.
So we just like to double check them. They're good to go. But like I said, we specifically got the ones that don't need to be filed. I don't have the cool little ring filer either, just to save ourselves that whole deal, right? So we have one piston that's already done. And when we're installing these rings, you can see there's a dot right there on the top of the ring, and on the top of that second one too has got a dot. That is always going to face the top of the piston.
Some of them have a beveled edge instead on other style pistons, but these have the dot, which makes them nice.
Yeah. And then so that's a compression ring, that's the second compression ring, and then you got your oil ring here. You'll notice that these are offset, that the gap right here is offset. Not 100% offset the way.
Yeah, we'll change it.
Yeah, we'll change it, but they will always be offset. You never want to line these up, but we'll go over that when we go to actually stab them.
Compression ring, 3 pieces.
Oil ring.
Oil ring, sorry. Yeah, 3 pieces. This one.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a groove on these. See, there's like a little ledge or lip on the backside there that the actual ring the smaller ring sets on. So he's putting those together for us. We'll do the orientation of the piston and where the ring's actually set, but he's rolling these on nice and easy by hand. The oil rings are actually pretty flimsy and fairly easy to do. Your goal is just not to break them or bend them or get crazy with them, right?
Yep.
So watch him do a hard one. You looking for the dot?
I am.
He didn't bring his glasses. There is your dot right there.
Okay.
Right there. Just getting it on there. Just rolling it on. Nice and easy. I'm going to build it from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, and I just caught that ring. Get my fingernail under there. There we go.
There you go. There you go. They make a nice cool spreader tool that you can use to do this too. But I've managed to break stuff with those as well. So
once again, dot. Is there a dot right there somewhere?
there is a dot right there. I'm gonna have to lay all the dots out. So we're gonna get these all ringed up, and then we will worry about getting them stabbed in and kind of showing you how we do that and orienting the rings and all that stuff. So come back at you. All right, what have you been saying?
Most important part of the rings is that you got the sticker out of the box so you can put it on your car.
All right, we got the rings on the Pistons. This was quite the fun. I kept distracting him, and so when we got done, we had a couple extra oil rings because they got skipped.
Couple extra.
Couple extras.
It's always good to have spare parts.
No, it's all right. Oh man, that's what happened.
There was your instructions that we didn't read. See?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Tells you to make sure. Look, the dot or top.
Yeah, yeah, dot top, and then there's the.
And the problem with the dot is it's so small, and I didn't bring my reading glasses, so I couldn't see it. Yeah. Anyways,
I literally just did a check where I grabbed all of them, and I went through and I was like, okay, yep, dots on top, oil ring, got it. Okay, we're good. Oh man, we like to have fun around here. Okay, so first thing that you need, we're to the point where we're gonna install some pistons, huh?
Yeah, we are.
All right. He's my little sisters are currently at the San Diego Zoo, and he keeps getting pictures of animals, so he stops and
Never seen a giraffe before.
never seen a giraffe before.
Just kidding. San Diego Zoo is the most wonderful place.
It is.
Best zoo in the world.
So go check that out. I think he grew up a little bit in San Diego, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad was stationed there for 4 years, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Back to engine building. One of the first things you're gonna need to get yourself is some rod condoms. They make them. You can order them, or you can use some fuel hose. And what these are going to be for, you'll see us using them. When we take the caps off, we'll slide these onto the studs there, like yay-so. And then that will protect the crankshaft from getting any nicks, dents, dings, or anything when we start pushing the pistons up into the engine. So we're pretty much ready to start stabbing these things, right? Okay, so quick overview of how we do this. It doesn't really matter which side you start on. Some guys like to do it with the cylinders up on top and they like to drop it down in. Some guys like to push them up in. So it's what's comfortable for you and makes it to where you can actually control.
I like the cylinder sitting horizontal so that I don't have to worry about the piston sliding out and falling.
Yep.
That's the way I always do it.
So go get yourself one of these. These are pretty cool. This is a ring compressor. Okay. This is one that does a variety, all the way up to 90 thousandths over on a 4-inch bore, which small block Chevy's a 4-inch bore. You're going to end up tightening this up to where it's the...
350's a 4-inch bore.
Isn't that what I said?
You said small block Chevys are 4-inch bore. Not all are.
Small block 350. Sorry.
350,
Yeah, small block 350. Oh man, I guess I'm talking too fast for my brain. And we were just talking about how he's here to supervise me and I'm here to supervise him apparently. So you're gonna end up setting this up to where it's the diameter of your piston, right? Not to where it clamps on there and it's super tight, but just to where it compresses the rings all the way down. I'll hand it to him. So it's just a hose clamp. You get it adjusted. These things are kind of cool because they're tapered, right? Yeah. And the piston will just slide down in there and it'll slowly compress all the rings until you get to the block.
We're a ways away from starting that. We gotta get rod bearings in here.
Yeah, I'm just overview right now. So what you'll end up doing is you'll end up sliding this onto the piston, and then you'll get this set on here, and then you'll push the piston in, and this will compress the rings, and you'll be able to slide it in there. All nice and easy like you, so check it out. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, like so. See? And then all you got to do is squeeze them a little bit to get them down into the deal.
And pinch your fingers.
And it'll go through. Yep, like so. So that's the basic overview. There's lots of oiling and stuff involved, and the orientation of where all of the gaps for your rings are. Which basically you just want to offset them, right?
Right. And they say they rotate slowly anyways, so they could end up all lining up, which they do, I guess, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I always put them opposite of each other. I try to put the oil rings a little bit off.
Yeah. I think
everything spins and it'll eventually line back up, and so that's a dry run of what it'll look like.
Yeah. So I think what I usually do is I go top and bottom of piston for the compression ring. I'll put the top one where the gap's here. Oh, I guess I'm using one hand, but the hand I'm pointing with you cannot see. So I'll put like one compression ring gap here, one compression ring gap exactly 180 off of it down on the bottom, and then I'll put one oil ring gap over here and the other oil ring gap over on the opposite side. So you got the four corners. Is kind of, some guys do it in thirds, some guys do it in whatever.
Assembly lube?
Yes.
2, I need rod bearings.
Yes. So we're going to pull out the rod bearings here. We always try to do this with the cleanest hands that we can. If you're building something crazy, absolutely crazy, they say that the oil on your hands can actually affect the rod bearing, but
we don't ever worry about that.
Yeah, we don't really worry about that. Some guys, that's why some guys use gloves, is because they want to be that clean with their engines. I'm sure Ferrari does it that way.
I mean, if you're paying for a big engine to be built, this is a garage job.
This is a garage job. This is an assembly, not a build, right?
That's right. This
is
an assembly.
We're going to go ahead and, just like the main bearings, we have the tang on both sides here. We're going to put our bearings in with the tang. Do not put lubricant on the backside of the bearing. Right? The point of this is to keep them stationary, keep those bearings stationary, and if you put something back there that'll help it spin, you're going to help it spin, and then you will spin a bearing. So don't do that. Yeah. It is possible. And then remember, in the cleanup video, we talked about inspecting your rods, and you can kind of see some of the cross hatching down there from when it was honed from the factory. If those are completely gone, toss out your rods. Go buy a new set.
Or have them resized.
Yeah, or have them resized. But that's taking them to the machine shop, and we have 8 lead times. Or longer. So make sure you're checking all that stuff. Of course, we're a little far into this process now. You should have checked that when we cleaned them, which we did. we did, right? So we're going to go ahead and set all the rod bearings in all of the pistons. We're going to keep the correct cap with the correct rod while we go through them. And then we're going to start lubing stuff up and getting stuff jammed.
I was going to do a plug for your local Quiznos, but their cups don't have nothing on them.
It's that supply chain thing. They can't get their own Quizno cups. They have to go aftermarket. So, all right. I guess we'll watch him install one set here.
Sure.
Put him on spot here. Yep, just use your fingers and they get pressed down in there.
Yep.
Nice and flush. You're gonna do the same thing over on this side.
Try not to touch the bearing face. They're pretty tender.
There you go. That's all there is to it, guys. Except for this one's almost seated.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. we'll finish seating it, but
It popped in so nice.
yeah, it had that nice snap to it, and it was perfect. So we're gonna do that with the rest of these, and then we'll actually start jamming stuff in. So as you can see, we got rod bearings in. We're all set up here. This one's got my homemade rod condoms on it. We're gonna go ahead and wipe out the cylinder before we stab one in, but then we also take a little bit of engine oil. I'm going to use my 30 weight break-in oil, pen grade stuff. I had some left over from last time I did modified, so might as well use it on this, right? We'll oil up the cylinder. We'll put a bunch of our assembly lube, or in this case Cleveite bearing guard, all over our rod bearing there, and then we make sure that we got lubricant inside this. This is an oily job, guys, so be ready with rags and stuff, and we'll start getting this thing slid up into place and get the bearings shoved in there. That's pretty much a good summary, right?
Yep.
I miss anything?
Nope. I think you're good.
All right, I'm gonna put you guys up on the stand. Not sure if I'm gonna end up not but speeding it up or not. But
You'll edit out all the cussing that I do.
yeah, we could do that too.
I'd ask.
All right. All right. We do got to talk about orientation on this real quick. This cylinder right here is actually cylinder number 2. Which makes it to where our valve reliefs are going to be pointed downwards, okay? And I think I briefly mentioned this in another video, but the tangs here of your bearings always point towards the bottom. When I say bottom, I mean the oil pan. So in this case, when we shove this thing in here, the tangs will always be, every single one of them, the tangs will be facing up. And then when we do that, that makes the that makes the chamfer. You always want the chamfer to go up against the crank edge, crank side, and the side without the chamfer be up against the other rod. So that's the orientation of it. Hopefully that was clear enough. Was that clear?
Yeah.
Clear enough?
Well, it worked for me.
Work for you. All right, we're gonna start putting some lube on these things.
I'd like to see what this stuff looks like.
I do got to get our wonderful bearing installation tool real quick. We like to use a hammer.
That sounds terrible.
I know, right? Which is way over there behind the camera where I can't get to it. All right, by hammer, I have my little mallet here, but we like to use the backside. A nice little chunk of wood or something like that, something that's nice and soft to be able to tap that thing in there.
Take the lid off.
So.
Oil's a terrible thing to waste.
That's it. Oh, okay. All right. And one thing we're also going to do is we're going to make sure we get oil on the piston itself, and get it down kind of in the ring. Some guys will actually soak their whole assembly in oil before they stab it in, but I don't think that's necessary. We usually just pour a little oil on it, get it nice and oily, and go for it.
So do you want to put your drip pan under me here or not worry about it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll be all right. Maybe I will.
I don't care.
I'm the guy that's got to clean it.
That's why I said I don't care.
No, you don't care.
I'm good with whatever you want to do, stud.
Alright, we'll do that.
Need to start building bigger motors where they have more, side stuff there for cables.
We're going to big blocks. Is that what we're doing?
Okay.
We build a monster truck. We could. Anyways.
It's only money, son. It's only money. You missed.
I missed.
There.
Here we go.
Thank you.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
All right. Orient our rings.
Yeah, I was looking to see where the oil grew. Where they went. Okay, so let's get this one here. Okay, I got you.
I got you.
Thank you. Fingers are getting a little oily. There you go. Thank
To
you.
see an old man struggle.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
It's good.
Tank up.
Like so.
Yep.
Do your guiding?
Yeah.
What am I hitting on?
You're the condoms. Okay, and then we're gonna put the one condom on each side of it here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fingers clear?
Yeah, you're good. Keep on coming. Close, really close, really close, and you're on. Cool. Then we take our condom off. These ones are on really tight.
Yeah, that's pretty snug.
By the time we get to the last one, they'll slide on and off.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Right.
Not used to using this assembly lube. It's kind of different.
It is. By the end of it, we'll have 3 or 4 different assembly lubes in here. as we run out of assembly lube.
Yeah. And you know the way I feel about it, you can never have too much of it.
Yeah. Alrighty, tang to tang. Or in my case, stamped number to stamped number as well. Sometimes you get lucky that way.
What is your favorite zoo animal? Monkeys are, of course, because I have 6 of them as children.
Okay, currently we're just snug. What's the torque on a rod bolt?
45.
45?
Those are those
Stock.
for stock?
Yeah.
Yeah, 45.
These ones you can just go straight to 45, right?
Yeah, and they're used, so I always add a couple 30. So go 47, 48. Your torque wrench pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay,
5, 47. How's that sound?
works for me.
Okay.
I know I got some old weird quirks, but that's what happens when you get old and weird.
You get quirks.
You get quirks. That's what having 6 children will do to you. Clickety, clickety, click.
Okay, so we're checking deck height. These are a flat top piston. We know that this was decked. There is a way to measure this. You can do it with a dial indicator and all that happy jazz, but since we got super lucky,
They're not even.
they're not even coming out of the block.
Yeah, we weren't sure how much they had took off the block, but they're not. They're still in the block, so
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, you watch it rotate, it doesn't come out. So we definitely have the clearance that we need. We're good to go there. So we're gonna go ahead and start just throwing pistons in. Literally just throwing them. We're not gonna install them properly. No, not quite. What a
Close.
close. Okay. I think the other thing that we didn't mention, the crank. Whichever one you're installing, we always put the crank up to the what would be the lowest part of the block, but as far this direction as we can to give you the room to install the piston all the way and be able to guide this side of the rod so that you're not running it into the crank or anything like that. So we good? Bad?
Yeah. No, I was looking at that.
Oh, I was looking at this. So we did check the deck and all of that stuff is happy and good. We're going to be fine with the set of pistons that we got. But if you're really building a super crazy performance engine, you're going to do one of two things. A, you're going to take your pistons to the machine shop and they are going to match the bore to the piston set that you bring them so that it's as perfect as possible. And B, if you're a guy that's really trying to get crazy with your like your deck height, your compression, and matching all of that stuff, you would actually check the deck height in every single hole, and you'll find that as you go through a set of pistons, there'll be like 1 or 2 thousandths of an inch difference. That's 0.001 or 0.002 difference from like this side of the block to this side of the block, and in your piston and rod assembly. And if you're absolutely super crazy about building something that's perfectly balanced, you are going to put the longest rod set in the tallest part of your deck. Right? Like some guys get super nuts about that.
Yeah.
I don't think we do. I don't think we ever have.
If you're building that kind of motor, they match all of them.
Yeah.
To make sure everything's, besides the weights, they match the lengths and all that.
Yeah.
And then when they deck the block, everything's.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how you. It's like the motor that somebody did for us. Remember,
Yeah.
and they decked the block too much, and the piston stuck out of the
Stuck in the
block.
hole.
Almost 15 thousandths. So we had to buy a 95 thousandths thick head gasket, so when it crushed,
It didn't smack.
it didn't smack, because the first time we did it,
Yeah, it smacked
they
because
made
we
a
weren't
couple noises. Yeah.
we weren't told that. So, yeah, that was just like if you're absolutely insane and you're trying to build the most perfect motor in the world.
This is a hobby stock motor.
Yeah, you would take those extra steps. We don't do that. We just make sure that stuff ain't gonna smack.
We used to buy our hobby stock motors from the wrecking yard. So
Yeah, that's it. I think at the first video of this, I called it a junkyard build.
Yep.
Because we're using basically used stuff. I guess we're not using all used stuff now
No,
because I bought a new crank. But used pistons. This was a block that was used that was just, cleaned up for us. So, yeah. We can call it what we want.
That's right. Okay. Don't need some oil. Got lube on it.
If I was doing this by myself, I'd have like a small Folgers can or something just full of oil and just dipping it.
That's the way I do. I don't care. Just got to have oil on everything when it goes together. Okay, let's have that rain compressor.
Okay.
Condoms.
Yeah.
You did send it to me. It was condoms this time.
No glove, no love.
Something like that. Don't be silly. Cover your rod bolts.
We learn lots of things in the garage. Oh, I almost tried to shove it in there upside down. This is why we do things. This is why we check things. Split that. Okay. All right, fun little part here. We don't have the keys on this new crank, so I also don't have the puller to pull the gear off here, but we're gonna steal a key with a chisel and a hammer here out of this one. Boom, we got a key. And then I have another crank sitting over here, sitting back there behind the compressor somewhere. That one right there. We're gonna steal the other front key off of it to install on here, because again, I don't have the gear puller, so
we just need one for now, right?
yeah, I didn't plan ahead enough for that, but we need the keyway to be able to put our
we need the key
socket
for the keyway.
Sorry, we need the key for the keyway to be able to put our socket.
Isn't that something
crank
like
turning socket?
Ghostbusters? The key.
Key
is
ma-
key. No, that was
No,
off Jump Jack Flash.
Yeah, what are you?
Yeah,
This guy. All right. Anyways, he's gonna install this one.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe if I can move stuff out of his way. Filed the goobers off of that from when we took it off, but now here, you want me to do it?
Yeah, because it's on the wrong side for me.
Here, you want to hold that?
Oh boy.
You can aim it. I know, right?
Good boy. It's good. Oh.
No, it's not.
No, go down further.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's not.
Okay.
It's a little off. There we go.
Let's see your socket. And see
Much
how-
better. Much better. Brand new socket! Because I didn't realize I had already stolen my dad's. Well, I guess that means you can have yours back.
He's forgetful. He'll never know that you got it.
Oh, it's got the set screw. But here you go, bam! And then you take your set screw, just to keep it from wobbling too much. There you go. Ha ha ha! Victory is ours. Alrighty, all of our pistons are in. Doing a quick spin test.
Yep.
Spins nice and free. So that's installing all the pistons and stuff, and I think we're gonna call it there on this video. So do you know how to do the sign out? You have no idea, do you? Thanks for watching.
I watch your.
He watches them, he just doesn't know how to do it. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Any questions, comments, concerns down below. Remember, this isn't exactly a DIY exact how-to, just some brief overview of what we're doing as we're putting it together. So be nice in the comments. If you do anything better, let us know down below. But like, subscribe, questions, comments, concerns down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next video. Peace.
Peace.